What's up, collectors, man? How y'all feeling, man? It's your man Fatal. I'm here for a quick half hour or so, man. I just wanted to get on here because this news was announced today about this new DC slate, James Gunn, and I saw this slate. I don't think I'm impressed with it, but I'm going to give a live reaction to this video that he put out on DC's YouTube channel, and you know, you guys can chime in. I know it wouldn't be a lot of people here tonight, but for those who are not here, you can catch the replay. You know what I'm saying? But I thought I wanted to give my 2 cents on this, and quickly I want to acknowledge the people that are here. Fine Tip, Creative Studio, appreciate you for being here. Trey Smith, LBS for life. Chris Tron, thank y'all for being here, man. Yeah, I got 5 people viewing. That's pretty low, but this reminds me of when I first began streaming when I was by myself. But it is all good, and I'm not gonna waste y'all time. I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna upload this YouTube video, and we're gonna get right into it, man, because I'm not all that happy about this. Okay, I'm not all that happy. And then after I do the video, I'm gonna give a recap. I got a couple pictures I want to share with you guys tonight as well. What's up, Chicago Dark Side? But without further ado, let's go ahead and share this video. And they call it Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. All right. Okay, there he is in all his James Gunn glory.
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know,
hey, y'all let me know if y'all can hear
been
that.
Disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the characters are consistent.
Can y'all hear that?
Same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves back.
All right. Let me know if y'all can hear that real quick. Let me know if y'all can hear that, because I got the sound coming straight through my speakers. But let me know. You hear it? Okay, cool. All right. Cool. All right. So I'm going to start that over again. All right.
Of DC Studios.
All right, let's go.
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO
Co-CEO.
of DC Studios.
Pause. It should be Zack Snyder. That's my opinion.
So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And
it's been disconnected. That's what he's saying, y'all. Disconnected. Why? Because executives. That's why.
Our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation.
I agree with that.
That the characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if some,
I like that. So he's saying they're gonna tie in animation, movies, and they're gonna tie in the video games. Same voices all the way through. I'm in agreement.
Something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go.
So you see what he said? Joker, the Batman, and Teen Titans Go. That can be outside. So when you tell me that you can have a separate universe, then I'm thinking, why can't we have Zack Snyder?
That it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside
Elseworld. We can do that with Zack Snyder cut and let him finish his thought. Hey,
the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU. So
in your opinion,
connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love.
It's a fantastic movie, The Flash.
DC universe. Then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So, Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos.
Now, for the novice DC fan, this is not going to be really for the real DC fan that knows about Creature Commandos. Okay, this is cool. But what about the novice fan? If you're trying to compete with what Marvel did, the novice fan they not trying to watch this. If it's a animation, it's just gonna be real hardcore DC fans. So you're not getting no new fans with this. That's what I think. This is just a reaction, Cash. What's up? Appreciate you being here, brother. It's just a reaction. So that's what I think about this project.
Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis.
I'm interested in this.
Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker.
Now, Team Peacemaker, right? I already see one problem. We keeping Peacemaker, but we saying we want to go young. Well, quite frankly, Peacemaker is not that young, right? John Cena is not. He's no younger than Henry Cavill. So, if we going with the Peacemaker, which I did love the show, the Peacemaker show, the live action show, it was very good on HBO Max. But if we keeping John Cena and you talking about going younger, you keeping John Cena because that was your project, your baby. So you're going to keep John Cena, even though he's the same age range as all the characters that played in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
And this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people.
Now, I believe that's a fantastic story. If you look at the Suicide Squad and all the Amanda Waller stuff, the comic books, they pretty good. And I actually like the Suicide Squad. It was entertaining to me. But the Peacemaker show was really, really fun to watch. Yeah. I can see this playing out like Guardians of the Galaxy. Hey, that was his baby, right?
Let's see it. Okay. Next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next
you better make good on that
premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of
now with the Superman Legacy. You see, he didn't talk a whole lot about it, right? But it's supposed to be like him and his relationship with Krypton, and it's got to have a younger Superman, I would guess. But was that story even necessary, man? Let me go back to that real quick.
Called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple 25 released into theaters July 11th, doing it, and Superman will be released. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. True beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it, and Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere.
Hopefully he explained a little bit more of that. Expound.
Called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other Lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are...
So now we're going to have a True Detective Green Lantern show. Okay. All right. A galactic detective. All right. Okay.
Space cops. watching over
Space Cops.
Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The
Authority. Okay. What is this? The Eternals? Like, I don't know much about The Authority. Heard of it in comics, but again, you are trying to grab fans to come so these movies won't flop for one of the box office. Your true comic book fans, they're gonna want to learn more about this. They're gonna want to come see it. But what about my wife and my kids and all the people who came to see Marvel movies that really didn't care much about comic books, but they still came out in droves to see those movies because it was characters that everybody was familiar with, right? So now you're doing this Authority. What are we gonna do with this? Yeah, but the novice, and I agree with you, Chris, on that, the space cop angle. But where I have a problem is who else knows that other than people who really, really read comic books? Nobody really looks at Green Lantern as space cops. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, so in one sense, yeah, okay, for the true comic book reader, this is a good thing. But in another sense, this can be a flop for you because who watching it? You know what I'm saying? You got to catch the minds and hearts of everybody. Now I do want them to do stuff that comic book fans will love. I do, but if you can't keep the lights on, it's gonna be a flop.
Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based.
All right, let's stop right there. A story about Batman and his son, Damian Wayne. But we saying that we need younger actors. Okay. So you couldn't use Ben Affleck as a father. Okay. So we're going to get a younger actor to play a father now when we're supposed to be going young. I want to know how that's going to work.
Based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line. And so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series.
Actually, yes, it can be really good, but at the same time, we supposed to be going younger Batman, right? That's what was told to us, and that's why we scrapping all these older characters, and we need a 10-year run. So now we're gonna have a Batman that's already a father. So why couldn't it be? I don't know, but we'll see.
Series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, where Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about, a very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you.
All right. So Swamp Thing, check it out. We had a good Swamp Thing going. Hold on. Pun intended. We had a good Swamp Thing going. And what did they do with Swamp Thing? They scrapped it because of some kind of crazy financial situation. Most people I know who watched that Swamp Thing show was enjoying it, and then it got scrapped when it was getting really good and interesting. So I'm kind of excited about Swamp Thing, but we already had Swamp Thing that was good, and now you're gonna do another one. And these ideas are not real familiar with the novice. So I mean, I'm all about true comic book fans getting some comic book stories to come to life about some new blood and all of that. But this is your first phase. See, this is your first phase. So this is gonna if okay, let me finish.
About right now, I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once in a lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. He hopes that we are excited. Quite frankly, no. That didn't excite me. Did it excite you guys that are here? There's 12 people here right now. I wasn't excited. But they said something that kind of piqued my mind. The other world or else world is the language that he used. So he said that the Reeves Batman and the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, that can exist in another world, right? So if that can exist in another world, why can't your most successful property in the last 5 years exist in another world? Whew. One of the things that DC, well, I'm not gonna say DC because DC already got it right. The comic books are well written. I love DC Comics, right? Over the years, I lean a little bit more to DC. I love Marvel as well, but I like DC's grittiness. I've always liked their graphic novels, comics, um, animated series, video games better. Where Disney did better than, of course, Warner Brothers, now Warner Brothers Discovery, is Disney's where they was able to help get the right writers, directors, filmmakers to give us live action versions of the comic books, and they did an excellent job at it. And that was the first 3 phases of Marvel. And then phase 4, it kind of took a nosedive. There were a couple good films here and there. Spider-Man was really good. I think Black Panther was good. Other than that, the other movies were lukewarm to me, even with Marvel. So that was the chance, the opportunity for DC. Well, not DC, but Warner Brothers Discovery to kind of take over, right? And the fans have been clamoring for the Zack Snyder Justice League. Now, Josh Whedon got his shot at it because the unfortunate, untimely death of Zack Snyder's daughter caused him to step away from the project. Whedon came in, he did his own thing, and it just wasn't that great of a movie. It was decent, it was watchable, but it wasn't that great of a movie. So then the fans came in, and I grew up customer service. Dunkin' Donuts was my first job. The customer is always right. Give the customer what they ask for, right? Clamored, and people call it whining. Same thing with the statue community. When we say we want this and we need that, some people call it whining. But when you spending your dollars, it's not whining. It is a righteous gripe. And as a comic book fan, the ones that support it, the ones that spend our money on it, we deserve to get what we like. So when Zack Snyder's Justice League finally hit HBO Max, it was a success. It was probably the most subscribers in that streaming service's history. It was the most tweeted about movie ever in history, and it done well, and it was a really good movie, right? Let me look at some of the comments. So I want DC to be incredible because it helps superhero movies as a whole, but I'm not too excited about what he is saying. Me either. I think they have a good chance that in 5 to 8 years, there'll be a restart. I don't like what he's saying. I just, I'm not excited. I wasn't excited. It was kind of lukewarm for me. I can see him giving Snyderverse a chance. Fingers crossed. You never know. With that said, what he said about Elseworlds, exactly, right? What up, Bernard? So, with that being said, that was one of the most successful properties. And one thing that Warner Brothers got right was the casting of the human beings that put on these costumes. Initially, Ben Affleck was not ideal for me, but then when I started looking at his face structure, his jawline, and comparing it to Bruce Wayne in comic books, I'm like, man, this dude kind of got that look. And then when he got in shape and put on that costume, best Batman I ever seen on screen. And then Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Now, although she's not big and bulky, she is 5'10", very beautiful woman, and she had the Mediterranean accent. And I think she played Wonder Woman a great role. It is Wonder Woman. The first movie is the greatest, the single greatest female superhero movie of all time. Wonder Woman, the first movie, is the greatest female superhero movie of all time. Man of Steel, to me, is still the best Superman movie I ever seen. Didn't get a part 2. Let me see. Aquaman, outstanding movie. To this day, I think it's the DCEU's most successful movie at the box office. Jason Momoa gave us a more of a Hawaiian vibe with it, right? Or Samoan vibe, sorry. And it was a really good movie. Ezra Miller was probably the least to be desired, but I think he did a decent job as Flash, his quirkiness. And then when they finally gave Cyborg his full script, that turned out really well, right? So we saw a dark side on film that had a very intimidating voice, and I was so excited to see what was next after when he was saying that we have to go to the old ways, and he said, "Vengeance will be mine." He had that weird voice, right? So after Steppenwolf was killed, I was ready for the next movie. So it's been some things going around. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. I'm gonna share my screen. All right. So this was all the things that were slated here. So Superman Legacy movie, Brave and the Bold movie, Supergirl. Not really excited about that. The Authority. Nobody really is gonna. The average fan. That's a movie. They could have did that as an animated series. Swamp Thing, a movie. Okay, I'm interested. Creature Commandos animated series. We'll see. Waller. I'm excited about Waller because I the comics for Suicide Squad and Amanda Waller, she's gonna, and then it's gonna be Viola Davis's voice. Lanterns, I don't know. We'll see. Booster Gold, nah. Paradise Lost, I don't know. This is not exciting me. So what are we doing here? It's not that exciting, Mr. Gunn. I'm sorry. I wanted to be excited, and I was not excited. This is the graphic. But let me go through some more pictures here. Let me go through some more pictures. This is what we want, right? Let's get this. This was great. Look at these actors in their costumes. And the only one that's left is Ezra Miller, and we got this Aquaman movie, right? So it's a fan page out here, and they were really instrumental in getting the Snyderverse on screen. And now they're pushing for DC to go ahead and sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. think this is an outstanding idea, and it's a win-win. They cannot lose here unless there's an ego in James Gunn that if Zack Snyder does better than him, then it's gonna hurt his feelings, right? Right? Hey, I can say it. I'm a fan, right? Guardians of the Galaxy it was a pretty good movie. You know, Peacemaker is a good show. He does good work, but he has a certain style that's more comedy based. DC to me is dark. Zack Snyder did it. Give this man time to complete his vision. Make it a 8-part series, maybe a 10-part series, man. We'll come back every week. I guarantee you, and it'll be the most watched show on television. Each episode 1 hour. We know Zack Snyder got a whole lot going on in that brain of his, right? Yeah, yeah. Cavill won't be Superman. Exactly. A live Damian Wayne. Exactly. And if Batman is a father, how young is he gonna be? Comics cartoon that works, but live version, exactly. They need to age him more. He's a dad, so you could have used Ben Affleck, right? You already explained that Robin was dead in the Snyderverse, so then Damian could step forward. Hello, we can't be smarter than these people who writing this stuff, right? When we just comic book reading fans, Batman hanging out with a kid sounds corny. Absolutely, Paulie. Only 2 items on that list I like is Swamp Thing. Yeah, that's one I like. Green Lantern, I don't know. But exactly, bring back the Snyderverse. So, Dark Side. Vengeance will be mine. Is that what he said? I want to see Dark Side. I want to see this battle, man. Come on, man. You robbing us. You robbing us because of ego. So this is the hashtag. Sell Zack Snyder Z is ZSJL to Netflix. So y'all use that hashtag and y'all pump this out there, man. Y'all pump it out there, man. We want this, man. It's a win-win for DC. He already said Elseworld, right? Ben Affleck toys and Henry Cavill toys and statues and all of that stuff has been the most profitable thing for DC in years, right? So let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. Let Zack Snyder finish his vision with these characters. And if you want to take Jason Momoa and you want to paint him bluish and you want him to be Lobo, so be it. That's fine. But I mean, Chris Evans played the Human Torch and Captain America. Okay, we get it. Matter of fact, Michael B. Jordan played the Human Torch and Killmonger. Everybody played the Human Torch. So you won't recognize him after they put all the cosmetics and prostheses on him, man. So right now, this is what we need. And I think this will be more exciting for DC fans than anything. And you can call this the DCEU. You said Elseworld. Let this be the Elseworld. Let this be the Elseworld. Let us get this, man, because I'm not excited about what I heard today. Love that movie. Absolutely. Right? Even my wife watched that movie and it was 4 hours long. And her favorite scene actually was when the slowdown scene when the Flash saved that girl. The hot dog thing was tripped out, but still, man, we can do this. Look, the customer is always right, man. Sell the Snyderverse, man. Sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. Please do us a favor. Do us fans a favor, okay? Come on, man. And then let us get Man of Steel 2. Let us get a solo Batman film. And you can bring it straight to Netflix. You can bring it straight to Netflix, man. Netflix will buy this stuff, man. Let Ben Affleck go ahead and do a little writing for his own Batman movie. We know this dude can write. Y'all seen Gone Girl? Man, y'all seen Argo? Ben Affleck could write, man. Look how he looked. Look at this costume, man. What James Gunn is doing with his movies It don't look like any Justice League, anything this decade. Exactly. So Zack Snyder can do Justice League without it stepping on James Gunn toes with what he's doing. Absolutely. There we go. Sell DC Universe to Marvel. No, that it's not Marvel versus DC. It's more so Disney versus Warner Brothers because the comics are already solidified. A Man of Steel sequel with Brainiac as the villain sounds better than the entire Gun lineup combined. Absolutely. Absolutely. Snyderverse Justice League is the best redone movie ever. Absolutely. Right? All right. Enough of that. Hopefully we can get it. But speaking of some DC, Darth Rashid told me I should be having this. I should have this bus. And I should cancel some of my pre-orders just to make sure that I get this into my collection. Um, I've been thinking about this piece, but I was kind of waiting to see what Queen Studios would bring in comparison to this life size. This is a life size torso. This is not a bus. You can't call this a bus. The ones with arms are torsos. So busts are traditionally armless. So don't get that confused. But this is a very nice, like half size, a human being with no legs. Okay, and it's really well done, man. So I don't know, but then I had to get this, and they announced that we're gonna get Batman from that movie too, Christian Bale. But this is very good looking, man. And both of these, I've seen these in hand with collectors, but this is coming soon. So he's gonna be holding the cowl, and I'm just really excited about seeing the likeness of Christian Bale on this. And if you get those three, and then they bring out a Bane, that's I love. This is the best trilogy in comic book history. In comic book history, and I gotta wait for the Henry Cavill from Infinity. This is the half torso with the arms, but he's got the laser eyes. So I was looking at Queen Studios, and Queen Studios, their ES is very low, like I like it. Makes it a fine art collectible. It's gonna be rare, hard to find, and the prices is where every other bus has been around that under $4,000, mark. Actually, it's a little cheaper. So I think Queen when they first were licensed, they were about $3,000. Now they're up to about 3,800, but they're using the platinum silicone now. So Queens is already went up for pre-order, but now I seen this picture, so I gotta pump the brakes. I do have the Infinity. I have the Infinity Henry Cavill from Man of Steel when he's opening up the coat, the Clark Kent version. That's pretty much gonna be sold out everywhere. So I gotta see this one fully revealed and what they're gonna charge. If it's around the same price and this likeness is better, I might have to go with this. Don't know, but yeah, that's all I have, man. Like I said, man, I wasn't gonna be here that long with y'all tonight. For everybody who showed up on this short notice, I really appreciate you. And that's gonna be it for tonight, man. That is gonna be it. I really, really, really appreciate you. If y'all can do me a favor, the ones who are here, just hit the like, man. There's, that causes the video to be shared. The more people like it, the more it's shared. That's just the way it works. And you can share it too. You can hit the share button, and you know, I'm gonna appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. I might pop up every now and then, man. Appreciate it, man. When you holding down by yourself is a little different. Yeah, gotta get better. Gotta get better. Gotta get better. Gotta get better pitches. So I'm holding off right now. That sale that Prime One had is over with. I did pick up a couple pieces. I was looking at Azrael. I didn't pull the trigger, and now it's back to regular price. So I don't think it's gonna sell out because it's not low stock. I might catch it on the next sale. But it was 50% off, man. Appreciate you, man. God bless you. Yeah. So anyway, I just want to let y'all know we're getting closer to 500. There'll be a $50 Sideshow gift card when we get there. So, you know, if you subscribe to the channel and you hearing on the Cool Nerds Lounge show on Mondays or Funko Fridays, I'm gonna be giving that away on one of those shows. This Friday, my uncle and I will be live, and we will be unboxing the 3rd scale Zatanna from Prime One Studio. I think it's gonna be a first on YouTube for the exclusive. You know what? I haven't gotten into it yet, and I'll be talking about it on the show when I really get into it. But from what I'm hearing from everybody out there, that's a really good show. Like, I'm hearing this 10s across the board, so I can't wait to get into it. But yeah, that giveaway is coming. Like I say, on Monday we are unboxing the Prime One Studio 1/3 scale Zatanna, man. That's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to show you guys that, man. I can't wait to show you guys that. But y'all know how I ended, man. I'm not gonna do the sexy man voice today. I'm just gonna let y'all go. And you know how I ended, with a God bless and a peace. See you Friday. See you Friday.
It's Fatal the Collector.
With statue reviews and lectures, giveaways and raffles that'll leave our followers baffled. Got fearing and got loving with new reviews up in the oven.
So press like, comment, and go ahead get the subbing.
Collecting is a hobby, we do not making an idol, but on this channel we gon' bring the heat.
That'll let us compete with our rivals.
Tours and conversation in this cool nerds nation. So sit back, relax, and let us take you on a convention vacation.
From conversation to cosplay, MCU, DCU,
we got everything for you.
Batman is my favorite, DC.
Marvel is Black Panther, R.I.P. Chad B.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall, in any kind of weather, we collecting forever.
Just like, comment, and subscribe to the Fatal.